Instagram stories for Wednesday, October 23rd. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. There's a lot of news to cover, but the biggest news of the day comes from the Threads team, who have launched a new guide to FAQs and best practices all about the Threads platform. From how to create a profile, how to choose who to follow, how to join new conversations, and how to maximize your time on Threads, you're going to want to check this out. For instance, when you begin using the Threads app, if you haven't used it already, the guide explains that your following feed shows content only from profiles you follow directly, displayed in reverse chronological order, while the For You feed shows profiles you follow directly, as well as profiles you don't follow, but that the team thinks you might enjoy, based on your likes, replies, and posts. The guide also explains that you can say as much or as little as you want. You can create a thread with up to 500 characters, including emojis. Since threads can be up to 500 characters, this is a good time to point out that Twitter posts are a maximum of 280 characters, if you have the free version, if you don't have Twitter Premium. So you can say a lot more in one specific post on Threads than you can on Twitter. The best part of this whole thing is the section called FAQ and Best Practices, which has the answers to the questions such as, how does the Threads feed work? What can limit my distribution? What can I do to grow my Threads audience? Should my Threads post be text only, or should I make posts with photos and videos? How do I make my content more engaging? And should I post the same content on Threads that I post on Instagram and Facebook? I'm only going to take 2 of these questions and answers because the other ones I think you could read on your own, and I'll link to it in the show notes. But first, should my Threads posts be text only, or should I make posts with photos and videos? The short answer, according to the Threads team, it's your call, but always include text. Video, photo, and carousel posts that also include text on Threads have performed significantly better than posts without any text. And they say that this is based on internal analysis over a 30-day period in Q1 among global Threads creators. They continue to explain that successful creators share a mix of posts, including text only and posts with photos and videos added. Try supplementing an idea or story with photos, videos, polls, voice, or even your favorite meme. Add topic tags that are relevant to your posts to help you reach more people who are interested in that topic. I will pause and explain that topic tags are what you might call hashtags, but you can only have one topic tag per thread. I don't see it in this FAQ, but I just know from personal experience. The next question I want to talk about, should I post the same content on Threads that I post on Instagram and Facebook? I say yes. Threads team says no. Quote, top performing creators post original content to Threads. It's fine to cross-post content from Instagram or Facebook if you are just getting started, but creating text-based content specifically for Threads is a better strategy to engage followers, grow, and reach new audiences. End quote. There's a lot to digest in this guide, but I will link to it in the show notes so you can check it out for yourself. And since we're talking about Threads, let's move over to some Meta news. Meta is testing new ways to combat scams and help restore access to compromised accounts using facial recognition ID. Does this sound scary? Well, I think it actually might be for the best. If you get locked out of your Facebook or Instagram account when you forget your password, lose your device, or you get tricked into turning your password over to someone who gets access to your account, you're kind of stuck. You can go to Instagram.com/hacked and you can go through steps. They require that you verify your identity by uploading an official ID or some other kind of document that includes your name. Meta announced in a blog post that they are now testing video selfies as a means for people to verify their identity and regain access to compromised accounts. The user will upload a video selfie, and Meta will use facial recognition to compare the selfie to the profile pictures on the account that the person is trying to access. This is similar to verification tools that you might use to unlock your phone using facial ID. The blog post from Meta explains that as soon as someone uploads a video selfie, it will be encrypted and stored securely. It will never be visible on their profile, to friends, or to any other people on Facebook or Instagram. Meta says that they will immediately delete any facial data generated after the comparison, regardless of whether there's a match or not. Meta concludes by explaining that the goal here is to expand on options for people to regain account access And because it only takes a minute to complete, it is the easiest way for people to verify their identity. Me personally, I like this idea. I think it is a great way to help people get access back into their accounts. And if you're nervous about uploading your picture to Facebook or Instagram to verify your identity, I wouldn't be so worried because you're probably already uploading pictures of yourself to Instagram and Facebook, or you have at some point in the past. And most importantly, you'll get access back to your account. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from the YouTube team talking about some recent product announcements. So stay tuned. Welcome back. One thing that I talk about frequently on this show is, as much as I love to include clips from people who work at the platforms that I cover here on this show, it is very hard to find audio clips for people other than Adam Mosseri. Adam Mosseri makes a ton of content compared to Shou Chew, the CEO of TikTok, and I have never really consistently found any other clips from different platforms that I could use on the show as much as I get from Adam Mosseri. However, all of that has recently changed because I discovered someone named Rene Ritchie, who is a YouTube liaison. His job is to create content for the YouTube team so that other people will know what is possible on the platform and what is new on the platform. And I am so excited by this discovery. Recently, Rene Ritchie, YouTube liaison, sat down with Joanna, who is the chief product officer at YouTube, to talk about some of the new features that are coming to the platform. Here's the clip.
I'm Rene, creator liaison.
I'm Johanna, chief product officer.
I love doing these release notes, and I especially love doing them when we have something big to announce. And you have this whole bundle of new features coming up.
Yes, this release bundles together a bunch of things. And basically, they're across two themes. The first theme is design and just making the design super smooth, cleaning up things like the colors, things you might not even notice when you use the app. The second area is just the features that our users have asked for most.
And we're doing this for both the mobile app and for television?
Absolutely. These changes will be both on TV and the mobile app. And on TV, the kinds of things that I talk about when I talk about design are immersive channel pages that look very premium, things that allow users to connect to their favorite creators, like pulling the subscribe button front and center, and cleaning up the navigation a bit.
And what sort of design changes are you thinking about for the mobile app?
On the mobile app, we're doing things like updating the colors to be consistent with the YouTube brand. And we're also making the landscape experience a lot cleaner, bigger thumbnails, bigger font. This is the kind of thing where some people like to be in landscape mode, but also some people have to be in landscape mode. And so improvements in landscape mode actually have a benefit for accessibility as well.
So I think of us as both sort of like power users, and one of my favorite new features this year is the sleep timer. Do you have any favorites?
I think of myself as somebody who loves her defaults. In our product team, we have a ton of empathy to all kinds of users, including power users such as yourself. And so there are a few features that are really awesome for power users. Sleep timer, that one reminds me of my old clock radio as a kid, where you could just doze off to music, have it play for 10 minutes while you fall asleep. Another really great one for power users is we have variable playback speed, but now you can do it at the smallest, finest grain instruments for people like you who want to have a lot of control and will even remember how you set your defaults for people like me. And then another awesome power user feature is the improvements that we've made to the mini player. So it'll look a lot better, but you'll also be able to move it around to different parts of the screen, resize it.
I just want it the way I want it. I want that mini player in the right spot and the speed exactly the way I want it to be.
I just want my defaults to be good.
Playlists are awesome. I think a lot of people love them, and other people, I think we could do more to introduce them to them. What are you thinking about playlists this year?
Yeah, playlists are another amazing power user feature. So what we're adding is collaborative playlists. The idea here is, say I start a playlist and you want to add to it, now you can. So a really good use case might be, I'm having a party. I want to invite my friends over. I want to watch some comedy together. I put on my favorite comedy videos and then I ask them and they could just add theirs to it. We can pop it on the TV and sit and watch together. Other things we're adding to playlists would be the ability to change the thumbnail for that playlist. So I could do that either through my camera roll or through generative AI. And then later in the year, we're going to be adding in voting to playlists. So after you and your friends have watched together, you can all vote and say, hey, this was the best video of the bunch.
I love that as a creator because I could also take all the tech reviews I've done during the year, make them in a playlist, and let my audience vote on them, and then I'll know how to order them for the end of the year.
Oh, yeah. Cool idea.
Something that users really love are badges. How are we incorporating badges this year?
Badges are ways to recognize the community and the super fans and the people for using YouTube and the milestones that they've created within the YouTube community. And what will happen is you'll get a notification that you've gotten this badge, and it'll be a delightful moment. Hey, people love your comment, Johanna. Here's your badge. And then if I want to refer back to it, it will be there sitting for me in my U tab.
You're going to totally get way more badges than me.
I hope so.
I always love asking you about your priorities because you could do anything. How do you decide that these were the features to do this year?
Well, for this bundle, these are the features that people ask for the most and what the people want. And with that, I guess I would just leave you with keep those requests coming.
Yeah, you know what to do. Drop your comments below and keep it real.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
I will say that as excited as I am to have clips from Rene Ritchie on this show, I am not a YouTube user nearly as much as I am for Instagram and TikTok. I spend way more time on those two platforms creating content and not nearly as much time on YouTube at all. However, I am going to continue to feature clips from the YouTube Creator Insider account, so you'll be hearing more of that on the show. That is going to do it for today's episode. If you would like to help shape the future of this show, there is a survey that I have linked to in the show notes where you can offer your opinions about what you think is going well with the show and what you think I could do better. So check that out and please give me your feedback. As always, thank you for listening and be sure to come back next time for more social media news, strategy, and other important content that I know you need to be aware of.
Let me tell you a couple things that you should know about me. A product manager but do not have a bachelor's degree, but actually that's factually a fraction of me. Another fraction's posting content irregular and irrationally. Still probably won't get a job at the Gram. They forgot, they don't know, or don't care who I am. That's why you never see me at the parties and events. My lack of followers must make me irrelevant. Don't have a course, a book to sell to make a bag of grand. Not a social media marketer, don't represent any brands. Plain to see, don't have an agency, but I got a lot of spam. Just putting in my work without the glitz and glam. Won't catch me eating fish unless it's shrimp or clam. No six pack, no risk that, there's a gym card in my hand. Don't have a full-time job, but I got a lot of plans. Stay plotting, dropping knowledge on TikTok and Instagram.